So guys, we have already learned by now what is midpoint theorem, what is converse of midpoint theorem, and we've also learned how to write the proofs of midpoint theorem. Now in this particular video, I'm going to do, I'm going to write the equal intercept theorem, as well as we'll do few sums based on the midpoint theorem. So let's focus in this particular video, what is equal intercept theorem? So equal intercept theorem. So I will recommend to you all students, please write it down along with me so that you do not have to pause afterwards and then rewrite this proof. So better you write it down along with me. What is equal intercept theorem? Let's see this. Okay, so if three lines are parallel, say L1 is parallel to L2 is parallel to L3. So what is the statement? If L1 is parallel to L2 is parallel to L3. And if there are two transversal making or intersecting this line L1, L2, L3 at point, let's say A, B, and C. And this transversal 2 is intersecting L1, L2, L3 in the points D, E, and F. Then, so if L1 is parallel to L2 is parallel to L3, then what we can say? Then some people say it AB upon BC. So whatever is this upon this is equals to DE upon EF is equals to DE upon EF. Or there is or statement, if AB is equal to BC, then DE is equals to EF. You understood what I mean? So if three lines are parallel, if L1 is parallel to L2 is parallel to L3, if three lines are parallel, then the intercepts made by the two transversal on these three lines are in proportion. Are in proportion means, what? Suppose this is 2 and 2, then this can be 3 and 3 or 4 and 4 or 43 and 43. Well, if these two are equal, then even these two has to be equal. Or else they can be in proportion. Suppose ye 2 and 2 hai, then this can be 4 and 4. Are you understanding? This is called as in proportion. So AB upon BC, that is 2 upon 2, is equals to 4 upon 4. That is what mean by proportion. You understood? 2 by 2 is equal to same as 4 by 4. So when the three lines are parallel to each other, then the transversals make, or two transversals make, this line is called as transversal. So these two transversals make equal, or they are in the same proportion, or they are in the proportion, or the intercepts are in proportion. That is what this statement is. I hope you understood this theorem. This is it. Thank you. Please write it on this quickly in your book. Hurry up, guys. I am just cutting this off. I hope you understood this. It was just for explanation. Okay. So guys, there is one more very important property of trapezium we need to discuss over here. So what is this? What exactly is trapezium? So look at this. This is a trapezium, kind of like, this kind of shape is called as trapezium. I hope everyone knows what is trapezium. So in this trapezium, okay, so let's learn what is the property. Let's say A, B, C, D is a trapezium. If ABCD is a trapezium, that means the opposite sides would be parallel. And now if this is the midpoint, if D is a midpoint of AB, and let's say if E is a midpoint of CD, so these two are equal, then DE is equals to AD plus BC. DE is equals to AD plus BC. I hope you understood. This is very important property of trapezium. So property of trapezium. So if AD is parallel to BC, if in trapezium, if one line is parallel to this like opposite side, and if D is a midpoint of AB and E is a midpoint of CD, So AD is equals to BD and DE is equals to CE. Then DE, the middle side or the line segment joining the midpoints of the two sides of the trapezium, would be equals to half of the sum of the two parallel sides. Sum of the two parallel sides. That's a property. I hope you understood, guys, this property. Chalo. Please put it quickly in your book, or else pause this video and put this property quickly in your book. Oh guys, sorry, small correction. There were two D's over here. So we're changing this to E and we're changing this to point F. So EF, okay, 1 second. If AE is equal to BE, if AE is equals to BE, if AE is equal to BE, and DF is equal to FC, and DF is equals to FC. Okay, if DF is equal to FC, then EF, the line segment joining the midpoints of the two opposite sides of the parallelogram, of the trapezium, is half of the sum of parallel sides. It's half of AD plus BC. I guess the rectification is done. Thank you.
The solved examples.
Yes. So can someone read this exercise 12A, sum number 1?
In a triangle ABC, M is a midpoint of AB and a straight line through M and parallel to BC cuts AC and N. At N, find the lengths of AN and MN if BC is equals to 7 centimeters and AC is equals to 5 centimeters.
Okay, so we have to calculate what is the length of AN or NC, and we also have to calculate the length of MN if BC is equal to given as 7. So understand, guys, look at this. In triangle ABC, if M is a midpoint, please understand, in triangle ABC, if M is a midpoint of side AB and line MN or line segment MN is parallel to BC, then obviously by converse MPT, what we can say? AN is equals to CN, isn't it? Therefore, we got AN is equals to CN by CMPT. Therefore, AN is half of AC by CMPT. I hope you understood this. That would be half of 5. So that will going to be 2.5. So AN will going to become 2.5. I hope you understood this. Dusra question tha, how to find MN. Now, how to find this MN? Understand, guys, in triangle ABC, we just now, we've been given M is a midpoint of AB. Also, we proved that N is a midpoint of AC. So we got to know from midpoint theorem, MN is parallel to BC and MN is half of BC by midpoint theorem. So MN is half of BC by midpoint theorem. So that will become half of 7. That will become 3.5 centimeter. I hope you understood the sum number 1 of exercise 12.12a. Now, how to write it on this? Let me just show you. So you cannot just write it down like this over here. उसके पहले थोड़ा सा आपको background लिखना पड़ेगा. So let me teach you how to write the background. So आपको पहले लिखना पड़ेगा. Let's say, okay. Let's say over here, in triangle ABC, AM is equals to BM. This is given, and MN is parallel to BC. This is also given. Therefore, AN is equals to CN by CMPT. By CMPT. By that is converse of midpoint theorem, isn't it? And then after this, you can write it on this. AN is equal to half of AC. Therefore, half of 5. Therefore, 2.5. Please write on this quickly in your book. And similarly, we can write over here. MN is half of BC by midpoint theorem. That will be half of 7. That will be 3.5 centimeter. So students, I would like to add some part over here. So these will also become 2.5. Did you understand? Let's say these become 3.5. And we've just now got MN is 3.5, isn't it? Now let's say this MB is given as 5 centimeter. Okay, or else AB is given as 10 centimeter. AB is given as 10 centimeters. So calculate BM. BM will be 5 centimeter. They can also ask you to calculate, find the perimeter of trapezium BCNM. So what will be the perimeter of trapezium? So perimeter of quadrilateral BCNM would be BCNM would be going to be 7 plus 5 plus 3.5 plus 2.5. Perimeter means sum of all the boundaries, student. Perimeter means sum of all the boundaries. So this will become 6. 6 plus 5, 11. 11 plus 7, 18 centimeter. I hope you understood that. Thank you for watching this.
Prove that.
Yep. Can someone read question number 2?
Prove that the figure obtained by joining the midpoints of adjacent side of a rectangle is a rhombus.
Okay. So what we have to prove in this sum number 2? Say the adjacent sides midpoint. Okay. If we'll join the midpoints of the adjacent sides of a rectangle, then that forms a rhombus. That means what is given to us? Let's draw ABCD is a rectangle. ABCD is a rectangle, it's given. So if quadrilateral ABCD is a rectangle, that means what all things we know, understand first of all. We know that AB is equal to BC is equal to CD is equals to AD, isn't it? We know that AB is equal to BC. Okay, sorry. We know that AB is equals to CD. We also know that BC is equals to AD, and we also know that the diagonals will also be equal. In a rectangle, diagonals are also equal. AC is equals to BD, isn't it? Because it's a rectangle. Now what we have to prove? We have to prove that if you'll join the adjacent sides of the rectangle, that means if you'll join the midpoint of this and this and this and this, then we have to prove that the quadrilateral what form, that is PQRS, is a rhombus. हमको prove करना है PQRS is a rhombus. Now student, understand, whenever we have to prove any quadrilateral is a rhombus, that means we have to prove 4 things. That all the 4 sides are equal. That's it. If you could prove if all the 4 sides of the quadrilaterals are equal, then that's a rhombus. That's it. You understood, guys? So how should I prove the sides like PQ, QR, RS and SP are equal? Simple. अब उसके लिए हमको थोड़ा सा सोचना पड़ेगा. So पहले देखते हैं. देखो और एक चीज दिया हुआ था कि like P, Q, R, S, all are the midpoints of their respective sides. That means AP is equal to BP. देखो यहाँ पर लिखा है AP is equal to BP. यहाँ पर बोला Q is a midpoint. So BQ is equal to QC. AS is equal to SD. And यहाँ पर DR is equals to CR. वो सब दिया हुआ है. Okay. Okay. Now हम लोग क्या बोलेंगे? Suppose अगर मैंने ये ट्रायंगल देखा, ट्रायंगल ABD, पर्टिकुलरली ABD ट्रायंगल देखते हैं. ये पर्टिकुलर ट्रायंगल ABD में क्या है बच्चों? देखो AP is equal to PB and AS is equal to SD. So what can we state about this PS and BD? PS is half of BD and PS is parallel to BD by MPD. Isn't it simple? Please लिखते रहना बच्चों, लिखते रहना. So I hope till here you understood very well. उसके बाद प्रूव क्या बोलेंगे? इन ट्रायंगल CBD. देखो ये वाला ट्रायंगल चूज करते हैं, CBD वाला ट्रायंगल चूज करते हैं. ये CBD में क्या है बच्चों? देखो CQ is equal to BQ because Q is a midpoint and CR is equal to DR because R is a midpoint, isn't it? So what can we say about QR? QR is half of BD and QR is parallel to BD, isn't it? QR is half of BD and QR is parallel to BD. By which theorem, students? Look at this. This line is passing through, or this line segment is passing through the midpoint of the 2 sides of the triangle. So this is midpoint theorem, isn't it? Now, students, it's a time to understand about these two statements. Statement number 1 and statement number 2 में हमने क्या समझा? देखो PS is half of BD and QR is also half of BD. So PS is equal to QR. They are half of BD. You understood this? Okay, now statement number 3 is little important. We will think about this little later. Okay, so we'll just note it down. So this statement is very important. नाउ स्टेटमेंट नंबर 4 में ये वाला ट्रायंगल ले लेंगे BAC, देखो ये ऊपर वाला ट्रायंगल, यू गॉट इट। BAC में देखो यहां पर क्या प्रूव कर सकते हैं, PQ is half of AC and parallel to AC. Why? Because in triangle, okay, because midpoint theorem, and then उसके बाद triangle लेंगे ADC. ADC में क्या है, S is a midpoint of AD and R is a midpoint of CD. So SR, very good. Can you think about SR and AC? Yes, perfect. You got it correct in your brain. SR would be half of AC and SR would be parallel to AC by MPT. You understood this statement number 4 and 5? Okay, let's move little ahead now. Once you'll get this statement number 4 and 5, अब statement number 6 के पास आते हैं। देखो ये SR is half of ACA and PQ is half of ACA. So what can we say about SR and PQ? SR would be equals to PQ. Very good, because they are both half of AC. Now again this statement number 6 is important, student. Look at this. थर्ड और सिक्स थोड़ा मैंने स्टार लगा के रखा है, उसका रीजन है कुछ तो। अच्छा, अब क्वाड्रिलेटरल एबीसीडी में क्या है, इट्स अ रेक्टेंगल है, सो उसके डायगोनल्स आर ऑलवेज इक्वल, इजंट इट? एबीसीडी में इट्स अ क्वाड्रिलेटरल and the quadrilateral is a rectangle. If it's a rectangle, what can you say about its diagonal? So AC and BD are the diagonal, but they would going to be equal. Why AC and BD would be equal? Because rectangles diagonals are equal. If diagonals are equal, that means their halves will also be, therefore their halves will also be equal. So BD का half and AC का half जो कुछ भी है वो सब equal हो जाएगा. Therefore PQ, QR, SR, SP all are same. Because the diagonals of the rectangles are equal, that means the AC and BD are equal, that means their halves will also be equal. So if we could prove all the four sides are equal, then PQRS क्या बन जाएगा बच्चों? PQRS will become rhombus, and that is what we have to prove. Hence proved. I hope you understood till here everything. Thank you. So let's move ahead.